In an ancient world, an empire was growing, but it needed to get rid of an obstacle in its way. Now, this obstacle just had to be a small Latin nation next to a massive Persian empire. The Persians wanted to expand into Greece and get a foothold in Europe, but it would not come peacefully. King Darius of the Persian Empire sent a naval force of 30,000 troops across the Aegean Sea to land in Greece. Now, the Athenians got hold of this and, quite expertly, launched a counterforce to destroy the Persians once they landed. Luckily for them, they caught them as soon as they were offloading everything. They hadn't even got their weapons ready. Unlucky for them, they were outnumbered 3-1. But this didn't faze them. So, the Athenians ran towards the Persians, and you'd expect it to be a hard-fought battle, being outnumbered 3-1. But the Athenians absolutely slaughtered the Persians. And, well, this set back an invasion of Greece for a good amount of time, and King Darius swore revenge upon the Greek world. Sadly, he died before he got to see it through, leaving Xerxes, his son, to do it. For 10 years, he gathered an army of what the ancient historian Herodotus claimed to be 2.5 million men. But modern estimates say it was around 30 to 50,000 again. But Xerxes played stupid, as he didn't bother improving his army's weaponry or equipment. He just sent them in and hoped that numbers would take care of the battle. Obviously, Xerxes sent envoys over to Athens and Sparta to say, "Kneel before Xerxes or we destroy you all." Now, Athens didn't like this much, and neither did Sparta. But Sparta was was the first one to act. Now, for Greece to hold against the Persian Empire, Greece had to be united. Now, this was done in a very clever way. While the Athenian fleet distracted and just kept the Persians from landing in Greece, in the Aegean Sea, King Leonidas would take his 300 Spartans, his personal guard, up to Thermopylae, to the hot gates, to challenge a land army of no other. So, what I've just said got to do with Thermopylae? Well, it's the reason for Xerxes' hatred. So, let us get into the battle. So, in 480 BC-ish, Leonidas was visited by the Persian envoy, killed him, and then went to the oracles. Now, they said, if a king of Sparta doesn't die in battle, Sparta will fall. Basically, Leonidas needs to sacrifice himself. Now, he thought this was complete malarkey.
Malarkey slang for bullshit, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
And sent his forces up to the hot gates. Why the hot gates? Well, you had the Aegean Sea on the right and high mountainous cliffs, impassable by many foot soldiers, on the left, so it could funnel them down and improve the phalanx. Well, when I say improve, it was pretty much perfect. When they arrived at Thermopylae, they'd got there first, and they looked over the Aegean Sea to the masses of Persians that completely covered the land. But they weren't alone. A young shepherd had followed them, wondering what their intentions were. But alas, the Persian army was here. They offered one final chance to surrender, but the Spartans wouldn't have any of it. So the Persians used their numbers and tried to attack. Now, the phalanx is a wall of shields with another wall of shields on top or behind, with spears coming through. Basically, a one-edged schiltron from the Battle of Falkirk. But the Persians don't learn. They keep running at it and keep retreating, running at it and retreating. And they keep doing that through day 1, which is a Spartan victory. The same happens on day 2, but there is a catch. The shepherd I mentioned earlier had actually gone to Xerxes and told them about the goat path that went around the Spartan lines. The Spartans now knew that they could not win, but they still gave it their all. In one final attempt, they let out an outroar of rage against the Persians, ultimately leading into their complete annihilation. The 300 Spartans sent to Thermopylae, 299 died. Only one had survived, and he was sent back by Leonidas to tell the Greek world of what had happened. And at this time, the Athenians had destroyed the Persian fleet, and the Persian invasion had failed again. One of the greatest stories of heroism in the ancient world. One of the most tragic, though, but one that shows that even when you're told you might die, you will still go and fight and die. So, that has been the end of the Battle of Thermopylae. Let me know what you think about Sparta, the Persian, basically the ancient world. I will try and get a video done on the Athenians and Spartans separately. But until next time, this is your Historian Beast. Probably going to go fight against an army that's amassing against my borders as I speak.